Hello, and welcome to The Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. And you know what I love more? I love my cup more. And a little bit more than giving tea. I love my cup mug. It's so cute, right? And you can get your cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Period. Oh, y'all, I am here by myself again. It's okay because I love talking to you guys. I told y'all I don't mind these at all because I just love giving you all of my thoughts and my opinions on everything. And you might pay attention and you might listen or you might disagree. And I love that too. If you do, it's fine. But we're going to talk about Project Runway episode 6. But before we get into that, y'all know if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you showing up and hearts to you. Thank you for being here. And if you will do me a favor, please subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this channel and all of our channels in the Cup Network. All those links will be in the description below in our link tree. Click on that. You can see all the links to all of our channels because we are on a mission here at the Cup Network to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So we truly will appreciate your help. Here, of course, we're talking all things competitive reality television, Project Runway, Big Brother, Survivor Australia versus the World. We just wrapped up Destination X, US and UK, and The Snake, and we're getting ready to talk about Amazing Race, Survivor 49. We have Dance with the Stars is coming back. So we got a lot more shows that we want to be covering and talking about. Once even seasons end, we bring in more stuff. So Love Island Games is happening soon, so we're going to be covering all of that. So if those are the kind of shows you like, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you will never miss a single video. But we also have 3 other channels. If you are a fan of drag or drag race, At the Cup Pod is the place for you. If you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, At the Cup EST is the place for you. And if you are a fan of WWE Wrestling, At the Cup Ringside is the place for you. And we're going to be talking to all those channels got content coming out, and so you can go and subscribe and follow all of those channels. Also, our audio podcast links are in the link in the description below. So click on that link, and it will take you to wherever you can get your audio podcast needs from. We're there. So go check out our audio podcast links, join our Patreon and our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Come engage with us, come follow us, all those things. We truly appreciate you. And if you any of those channels has some shows that you're interested in, we are looking for new panelists. So if you are interested in joining the Cup team, the Cup fam, then please hit us up in our Instagram. That's the best place to reach us at the Cup Pod on Instagram, and we will get right back to you and let you know the next step. So if you're a fan of any of these shows, hit us up in our DMs and let us know, and we will get back to you so you could possibly be on this podcast talking about some of your favorite shows. So let's get into talking about the Project Runway episode 6 because we start off the episode with our bottom 3 and Antonio, Belania, and Madeline. Um, and we find out the person who is out is Madeline. Um, I don't know. I feel like sure her look wasn't that great. It wasn't, the look I would have, chosen. But I feel like at this point, honestly, any of those 3 could have gone and I would have been like, makes sense. Makes sense why they left. Um, it just they all the looks weren't that good. So it made sense. But Madeline is gone. And yeah, sad for her, but the show must go on. And it goes on for sure because we go into the um, runway room the next day. Heidi comes out and informs the designers that number one, they made it past the halfway point, so good on them. Number two, that they are taking their looks from the runway to the streets. And so the next challenge is a streetwear challenge. And it's mixed emotions amongst the designers. Some of them are like, yes, this is what I do. This is what I love. I love streetwear. Let's get it. Some people are like, not my zhuzh, not my thing. But okay, we'll go rock it and see what we can do. We'll see what we can create. And then Heidi brings out Law to give them a more in-depth idea about streetwear and lets them know that it's about a lifestyle, not just, clothes, and it's all of that. And so they were going to go, and so after they have their conversation with Law, they go back to the workroom. Christian lets them know that they're going to have 30 minutes to sketch out on the streets of New York City so they can be inspired. He's not going to be there because he has a fitting to go to, so they're going to go to Mood on their own. And so they go out to be inspired by the city. And, they take their 30 minutes, they're inspired, they're sketching. Then they head off to Mood. And since Christian isn't there, Melania takes over as for Christian. And I have to say, she did a good job. I think her impression was spot on, in my opinion. I thought her impression of Christian was kind of spot on. We see Miss Joan going off about this particular fabric she loves. Antonio loved the same. Her and Antonio like the same fabric, which I would have been like, oh, red flag. If he likes the fabric, I don't like the fabric. But she loved it. She ended up getting it. Antonio decides to go with a different fabric. Um, but they both like the same fabric, and so eventually they end up getting similar fabric, but not the same fabric. Um, Everybody's, just getting their stuff. They get back to the workroom after their trip. Um, they start sketching. I mean, not sketching. They start working, and we see some things. Some people having, struggling a little bit, but mm, we see that Miss Jones, fabric that she loves. She already said she wouldn't get no backup fabric because this is the fabric that she was going to commit to no matter what. And then when Christian comes into the workroom, he was like, "You didn't get a backup fabric?" She was like, "No, I'm committed to this fabric. This is the fabric that I like. This is the fabric that I chose. This is the fabric that I want, and I'm going to use it." And Miss Joan, was sticking to her guns this entire episode. Everything anybody said to her, she was like, "No, no, no, no. I'm doing what I do. No, nope, this is what I like. I'm sticking to it." And I was like, oh, okay, Miss Jones. I get it. I get it. Like, I've been doing this for so many years. I don't need anybody coming and telling me how to do this and what I'm doing. Da, da, da. But Miss Jones was sticking to her guns. She was like, yes, mama, this is what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You can't tell me what to do. I don't even like the way your stuff looking. You trying to tell me what to do. No, 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 no. Like, Miss Jones was not having it at all. They tried to tell her at one point that it wasn't really giving streetwear. And she was like, it's giving streetwear. I like it. They were trying to tell them adjust the collar. She was like, nope, I'm doing it like this. Like everything was no, nope, 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 nope. So at this point, I was like, y'all just step your hands back and just let Miss Jones do what Miss Jones do. She's not listening to y'all. Y'all go try to talk her out of stuff. Let her do it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it's on her. It's not on nobody else. Um, we see BJ shading the twins again because she's already annoyed that Antonio wasn't kicked out and they're still working together, and she's still annoyed by that. But Jesus makes this coat really quickly. Apparently, he makes this a coat, and BJ is like, "It's just a square. It's just a square. I could have whipped out a square in 10 minutes too. It's just a square coat. Like, uh, what's the big deal?" I was like, God, dog, BJ, sheesh. She does not like them. BJ does not like them, and she is not holding back on why she doesn't like them. Like, she's just like, it's just no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like them. But BJ is not letting up on the twins at all. But I will say for this episode, we saw less and less of the twins working together, and more of them trying to, like Jesus was trying to help Miss Jones, even though she wasn't hearing it. They weren't really doing too much helping of each other. I'm sure it was some, but it wasn't like as blatant as we usually see in the other episodes. So I was happy to see that. Um, Eugene, hmm, Eugene started working on his initial idea, and it was interesting once we got the models to come in. This is why I think I started seeing what these outfits will look like. They started putting them on the models. And Yu picked a male model because male models were included into this for the streetwear. So you can pick a female model or a male model. So Yu picked a male model. And where I started seeing things going awry or astray. The models were in, Christian was in, trying to, doing their walkthrough, and he gets to Yushin, and Yushin's putting on this coat, and he's zipping the coat up, and it's zipping up, but it's zipping over the man's head, and there's like two eyes up here on the head part, and I was like, he was going for some type of alien-esque type deal, like an alien streetwear vibe, like something. But there was no eye holes, like, and no mouth holes. Like, how was this man supposed to breathe? Well, maybe it was eye holes, but no mouth holes. I don't know. It didn't look like any eye holes on this jacket. It was just weird. It was weird, weird. It was just weird. And so after Christian comes over, like, he doesn't have a mouth hole. What is he supposed? How he supposed to breathe? This is crazy. What is happening? Thankfully, he scrapped that jacket because, my God, it was crazy. But he was telling Miss Joan about this fabric that he didn't really like. It wasn't doing it for him. She was like, I loved it. I'm working with it. I'm rocking with it. Like, that's it. Ethan, he was having some problems as well. Um, they weren't really understanding his vision for the streetwear. He had a lot of straps going on, and people were like, what is going on? What is happening with this? But at one point, he just was feeling very defeated. Um, he didn't know what he was going to do. Um, it was a lot. A lot of people were struggling. Well, certain people were struggling. Some people were just going what they were doing. Um, It was crazy. Models leave. They try to wrap up finish up before the next day. They come in the next day, and Ethan is feeling like the breakdown happened before the next day. Was it that? Yeah, it might have been the next day when he was having a breakdown. Either way, Ethan had a breakdown moment because he was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This isn't working. They were like, put it, Miss Jones came to comfort him, was like, hey, listen, just put it on the mannequin. Put it on the mannequin and let's see what it works. Just put it on the mannequin and let's see how it works. Put it on the mannequin. And Ethan was just crying, crying, crying. Broke my heart, honestly. I hate seeing people cry over something they're so passionate about, and it's obvious that he's passionate about his design, and this was just a hard moment. And so I hated seeing it, but in Project Runway fashion, we see people who struggle just go out, and after they let out their cry or let out their emotions, they get back together and they get on a horse and they do what they got to do. And everybody made something that was going to walk down the runway. Everybody made something. Everybody made something, and it was going to walk down the runway. We weren't going to have anybody naked walking down the runway or incomplete looks. So I think we should just get to the runway because that's really where it's at. And I want to talk about these looks because we'll start off with Jesus and his hooded jacket, which at first we didn't see the hood at the beginning, but we saw this the square jacket. So I'm glad he added the hood. It makes it more interesting. And I like this look. I thought this was a really good look. I liked the pink on the inside, the pink lining on the inside of the jacket and on the skirt. I thought it was cute. I thought it was styled cute. Both I just noticed that both him and Antonio has the same kind of top, like this real strap top. But Yeah, I thought this was cute. I thought this was a good look for Jesus. Um, yeah, it was good. It was cute. Not mad at it. VJ's look. Now this is streetwear. This is something that it looks very now. It looks very fashion. It looks very street. I liked it. It's simple but effective. Like what else do I need to say? It's really cute. You can wear it with or without a shirt, obviously. Um, I think it looks good. Her model looks good. What can you say? It was a good look from BJ. Absolutely. Up next is Antonio. And here is where I think this fabric worked and where I feel like his different, well, the fabric was different from Miss Jones, but I feel like he did a really good job. Even though these were hammer pants, it was very much like hammer pants, but in a now kind of a modern way. It doesn't look very 80s, like 80s, 90s hammer pants, but very modern. I like the little cutouts on the side. I like how it looks like little pockets or whatever the folds, the creases are. I think I really do like it. I like the exaggerated pants. Um, but the little tube, no, okay, sure. The jacket I liked. I think this was really well put together. Definitely his best work thus far in the competition. Yeah, I like this. I thought it was good. Ethan's look, the straps. Now this picture we can't see all the straps, the details of it, but this coat, I live. I live for this coat. I feel like with the coat on, it's giving me very streetwear, and I loved it. With the coat off, it's giving me very streetwalker, but I kind of like that too. It's just, if you got it, flaunt it any way you want it. But it's good. I like this. I wish I know Ethan's very much like into the darker colors. I want to see more color from Ethan, but I really like this. I thought the coat was everything to me. I really enjoyed this coat. I know you can't really see it in this picture, but trust me, go check it out. Go look on the show and check out this coat. Everything. But overall, I thought this was a really good look from Ethan. Melania's look. I really like this. I like the the khaki pants with this cutout and make at the bottom and make it look like it's the tie and the shorts, like culottes almost, short pants. Um, and then the sequence, like front, like vest type deal with the shirt. Oh, I thought this was so cute. And the second I said this, when I second I saw this, me personally, I was like, I could see Doechii wearing this. This is very Doechii coded to me. I could see Doechii wearing this, maybe without the headscarf, but I could see Doechii rocking this in a video or at an award show. Like, because we know Doechii likes wearing like short pants and like really funky kind of style. I think I could see Doechii rocking this. Me personally, I thought it was really cute. I really enjoyed it. Um, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the way it fit. And this is where Melania found herself and her what she feels like what she is. And she says she's a streetwear designer. And this is I like that moment, which is she saw her look come out on the runway and she saw it and she felt like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. And we had a moment for her to figure out her niche and where where her genre is in design, and she is like, I'm a streetwear designer. And this is beautiful. So I hope that we continue to see something like that. But this is good. I really like this. Up next is Jones look. Now, here's the thing. I think this is a good look too, but I don't think this is streetwear. And my personal reason for thinking it's not streetwear, I feel like it's too tailored for streetwear. Me personally, like I feel like streetwear has an edge, a raw, like a roughness, a raw, edgy kind of feel, and I felt like this is too tailored, too good. Like, and I'm not a fan of the fabric as much, but I like the style. And look, you talking to me. This is coming from me. I'm an older woman, seasoned woman, and I would wear this, maybe without the cutouts. I think, and that's what she wanted to make it street is the streetwear is the cutouts. But this is a cute little number here. Like I will wear it. I have my sleeves go, and like I think you can wear if you have a full shirt, you can take that on and off, so you can have that as like a overcoat, and then you take it off, and it's still jazzy. I liked it. I liked it for this look, but I don't think it's streetwear. I don't think it fit the theme, but I still thought it was tailored well. Just yeah, it looked nice. It looked nice. But do I think it hit the theme? Absolutely not. And Eugen, our streetwear designer, this is streetwear, but this is streetwear you feel like you can get it from Target or Walmart. This is like, oh, I see this cute little jacket. I'm gonna rip this tear strips in it. It's like you did. It's a home project. I got this coat. I'm gonna rip it up and then I'll put this green shirt underneath it. Like I don't know. It's boring. It's predictable. It's like, okay. And I was thinking I thought this was Eugen's challenge to win because I felt like this is what he does. I was like, we're gonna get more, but we didn't. This just was it. And I found it boring. I found it to be very, very boring, unfortunately, just boring. But we do get our results. I mean, we had the judges' critiques were wild. Were wild. Um, um, ugh, I'm trying to think of everything that somebody says that I love. Oh, Law talking about, well, because the judges' critiques, I'll talk about that, then I'll talk about this. So the top two, they only gave us the top two this week. Started from the bottom, now they here. It's crazy how Antonio and Melania were both in the bottom last week, only to be in the top this week. So good on them. Good on them to do that. But then we had our bottom two, which was Miss Joan and Huchin, which I can understand why they were both in the bottom. Miss Jones was very like, I like my look or stand by my look. I think it's good. They told her it looked a little older, maybe for an older woman. And I was like, yeah, because I really like it. I do. I will wear it. But as far as Eugen, they said it was predictable. It was what they've expected. Um when somebody says make me streetwear, they feel like, oh yeah, a pair of pants and a jacket. It's very predictable. And Eugene just he knew it. He knew this wasn't his best work. He was very upset by it, crying over it because he was just like, this is I know that this is not my best. I know that I could do way better than this. I know I'm very disappointed and I hate that I disappointed you all. And they were crying. He was just sad, so sad. It was so sad. Honestly, it was really sad. Um, but the judges, after they left, they were going through who they liked and who they didn't. And Law Roach was like, Eugene, oh, that was so sad. That was so sad. I usually, I was like, I usually love seeing men cry, but that was so sad. It actually made me sad. When they cry, it makes me, she's like, I like seeing people cry. It makes me feel powerful. But that was sad. That didn't it was and I laughed. I was like, "Law is so stupid." But I love it. I love it. They were very hard. They were trying to decide, do we vote? I mean, because they all agreed Miss Jones' suit was tailored well, but it was not streetwear. So they're like, do we go off of talent or taste? Because Eugene's taste was very questionable in this outfit, but Miss Jones' talent really outshined his taste. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to lose Miss Jones this week or next week, but I could see us losing Miss Jones next week because they were like, we want to give Eugene another chance to um, prove himself because he has won before and Miss Jones has been in the bottom twice or now three times. So mm, I'm starting. I believe we might be losing Miss Joan, which I would hate because I really like Miss Joan. I just don't think she's been able to show who Miss Joan is. So, no. What y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments who you think is gonna go. What did you think about this challenge, this runway? Uh, and yeah, everything else. And I'm gonna get out of here because I got more content to make. So I'm gonna go. But before I leave, I need y'all to do me a favor before you leave. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And if you want to be ever thought about joining this panel for any of our podcasts, please hit us up in our Instagram DMs and we will get back to you and let you know how you can do that. And not don't forget to get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I got more content to make. I need you to just hit the next video, and we appreciate you. I'll talk to you later. Cheers, y'all. Bye.